This is a typical deciduous woodland in early autumn. For some of you I was very familiar with the existence of the larger fungi, the mushrooms, the toadstools. But many folk are unaware of the existence of the much smaller species. Ones that are very significant, for instance, in the breakdown of the leaves, decomposition. Also, the rusts. There's a group of fungi that are all parasitic on plants. They become much more obvious this time of year. These black dots. Some of them are very specific indeed upon which species of plant they attack. The moulds and mildews are largely responsible, together with bacteria, for breaking down all this leaf litter. That allows for the recycling for the next season. For example, an elm tree has been attacked by rusts that these little black-brown dots are. It's also got some attack by the moulds as well. Moulds and mildews are very similar. Moulds tend to be green or black in colour. Mildews tend to be white or creamy. Very commonly the moulds are found attacking things like fruit. The expression "to go mouldy." A hawthorn showing the same effect. Now these very small fungi are made up of little threads called mycelium. They penetrate within the leaf. One thing about them is they're very water dependent. So if it's a very wet season, a very wet summer, you'll have a much larger number of these species, of these rusts and smuts and moulds. Here are the leaves of a horse chestnut. Here decomposing before it's even reached the forest floor. Some of the rust species can be very colourful. So here's one example on the back of a butterbur leaf. One very common example of these much smaller fungi is the tar spot. Here it is on a sycamore leaf. This is the common sycamore, whilst the Norway maple, which appears very similar, can have similar dark spots, but it's actually a different species. So it just shows that sometimes they do have this extreme specificity. This is one of the willow species. And here a mould can be very clearly seen on the upper surface of the leaf, as well as on the lower. Example of a mould on Norway maple. Species are more resistant than others to decay. So here we have beech leaves, some signs of a few rusts and some moulds. But beech leaves are famous for taking a very long time to decay on the woodland floor.